Hi, Cazenovia College. It's Carrie Pine here, your Vice President for Student Affairs, and I'm really excited to be launching a series of videos, some that I'll host and some where I'll have some friends of mine here on campus host them to help all of us get ready for our return to campus this fall. Some of them will be in preparation and things you can be doing now, like today's videos, and some will be helping you to understand what to expect here on campus when you return. We think that's really important, and by now I hope you've watched Dr. Chesbro's opening video and his announcement of our plan. And as he mentioned in the video, he talks about that it's going to be a different fall semester, and it will be. And we want to set you up to understand clearly what that's going to look like and how it's going to work. And so today my focus is really 4 topics. It's on healthy you and healthy behaviors and the health documentation you need. It's also, we're going to be talking about, we'll do another video talking about COVID testing. There'll be a third video that is very brief talking about the insurance program here at the college and how you can either maintain it or opt out of it. And then also a last video on starting to think about what you'll be packing and what you'll be bringing to campus. So they're all 4 pretty short videos, and they'll all be included in one email, and the accompanying text of that email will include many more specifics in terms of links, as well as directions about who you might call or ask for questions. So with that, I'm going to start with talking about a healthy you. So a healthy you really, in my mind, talks about 2 things. One is, how do you let us know you're healthy? And that's your health documentation. So new and incoming first-year students are expected to provide us, and that includes transfers as well, with 4 significant health documents. They document that you've had a physical in the last year. They document that your immunizations are current. They also document that you have reviewed and identified whether you have or have not done the meningitis vaccine. And then 4th is that you've provided us with insurance documentation. So really, those are the 4 documents, again, linked in the email attached. But please make sure that the most important piece of that is that those all need to be completed and returned to the campus prior to your arrival and prior to any ability to check into the residence halls and begin and commence with your classes. So it's very important that those documents are returned previous to or prior to your arriving. We will not be able to give keys to any student who has not completed all of their health documentation, incoming or transfer, new or transfer student, first year transfer student. So please make sure that your documents are completed. If you're a returning student, we haven't seen you since March and we've missed you. We hope you've missed us a little bit. And some things could have happened in terms of your own health. So if you have updates regarding your health, please make sure those are in the hands of the health office prior to your arrival. Again, the more that you can get us ahead of time, the better we all can be prepared to create a healthy, safe, living and learning community here at Cazenovia College. If you're an athlete, specifically, I want to speak to you for a moment. You have health documentation that you need to provide to the campus prior to your arrival and prior to the beginning of your practicing. If you are a returning athlete, you might have experienced in the past where you were able to submit your paperwork or your documentation either during your preseason while you're practicing or even sometimes during and into the fall. That will no longer be the case. If we do not have your health information, we cannot release your keys to you to let you move into the residence halls. And I understand that that very likely could delay the beginning of your practicing. So please make sure you're getting your documents in order and getting them to the health office. If you have questions about what you need to provide, I know that you've been sent at least one email by the athletics department. You can check the athletics website, or you can always contact Pete Way or your coach for additional information. So that's part of a healthy you. The other part of a healthy you is, how do you take care of yourself every day? And that is really, are you eating well? Are you sleeping regularly and getting enough sleep? And are you exercising, getting some fresh air out there? All of those things are important in building and boosting your immune system. And the stronger your immune system, the stronger you're going to be as a contributor to our campus. So please make sure you're doing all of those things. If you haven't been, time to start now. And if you have been, please keep it going. The last piece is really about how might you engage as a person who is trying to mitigate your exposure to COVID-19. And there are a lot of things that you can do to do that. The first of those really is think about where you're going out into public. Is it a condensed environment? Is it crowded? If it's crowded, maybe it's not the time to be going, or maybe it's not a place you should be going. If you can't maintain 6 feet of distancing, then you are unduly exposing yourself and perhaps others, if you're carrying the virus, to the virus. So let's make sure that we're all making good decisions in terms of our distancing. Let's also make sure we're making good decisions in terms of our masks. So I would not suggest going into environments where people are not expected to wear masks. You should be wearing a mask when you go out. I wear a mask when I go out, and I don't enter businesses or places where others aren't expected to wear masks. Again, these are steps that have been proven to be significantly helpful in reducing everyone's risk. That's what we want you to be doing. The last of these is really to hand wash and use hand sanitizer when you can't get to a hand washing station. So please make sure you're doing all of those things regularly as well. All of those things will help keep you healthy prior to your arrival and also once you're here. So again, if these aren't habits that you've adopted yet, they're going to be habits you're going to need here on campus. So please make sure that you are thinking about your distancing, masks, and protecting you, both yourself and others, and then hand washing or hand sanitizing. So that's it. That's all I have for health. I will be back to you in just a few minutes with a testing video to talk about COVID-19 testing in advance of your arrival. Thanks very much. Have a good evening.